You remember the first building that we were trying to close on?
That one. It was beautiful. It really was.
Gorgeous,
it was
though.
gorgeous, right by the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, and it was like just epic looking up.
It looked like a castle, and they had this freaking balcony
like
overlooking everything.
Well, we had the
inspector.
The inspectors come through, right? And then the inspector tells us all this stuff, and then he goes, "Well, look at the building." And so we look up.
Look at the poles.
Yeah, look at the foundation of it, and literally the building's like this.
And I'm like, "Don't worry about it, dude. We can fix it.
Why can't we just straighten the building out?" Well, this is going to be great.
Welcome to the White House Pod with David A.R.
I'm going to finish what I started.
It's not easy. It's simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am, so utterly disappointed to have this cast on the show today. I'm just kidding. I'm so
What kind
excited.
of an intro is that? Like, seriously?
You know, I'm working here. I'm working it out.
You're doing your bit.
Without further ado, he's been in such great shows as Malibu Dan, the Family Man.
One of our finest.
One of our finest.
Yes.
We always say the stars of the end of the harvest. Mm-hmm. He is one of those. You might know him from The Moment After, 1, 2, 6, The Mark Unleashed, Mercy Streets, God's Not Dead 2.
Brother White.
5?
5.
Yeah.
2 and 5. Yeah.
Brother White.
What If? Redeemed.
What If? Redeemed.
What else?
Wow. Well, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Heller.
Hello. It's so honored. I love being here with you.
You're not on yet.
I'm not
You're
on.
Still
Oh,
on.
it's just you.
No, I'm just kidding.
See, we know who's alpha and who's
beta.
Yeah,
is that what it is? Alpha, beta.
First fiddle,
Alpha,
second
omega.
fiddle. I'll own it, man. I'll own it.
No,
it's good.
How are you, buddy?
Good, man. It's good.
Thanks for coming in here.
Of course.
I mean, it's a big trek, you know.
Yes.
Leaving your Grandmaster house up in the Hollywood Hills, up by Ned Beatty, coming down the hill.
How do you
with the
remember
Hollywood
that?
sign behind you?
It reminds me of
And you're driving down.
Mm-hmm. We're driving up.
More importantly, your Ferrari's driving down.
Yeah.
Is it? We still have the Ferrari.
We still have the Ferrari.
Nice.
Yes, we still have the Ferrari.
Nice.
Yes.
And if you are not tuned in here, and you want to see the visuals of all of Brad Heller's greatest successes
and cars
and failures
and cars, because you can see my cars in your movies frequently,
that's right.
too, which is kind of fun.
That is kind of fun.
Yeah.
You should go to where? Spotify, and what else should they go to view these? YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to see it on iTunes right now, but please, if you're listening to iTunes, that's good too.
Yep.
Let's just talk about your cars. Okay, so we're talking about the Ferrari now.
Well, there was the other car before that. You was in one of the other
but let
movies.
people guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so where did the Ferrari? What movie? And we'll give you some hints. In what movie did Brad Heller drive his Ferrari in? Please comment quickly because we're going to show it in 5, 4, 3. Brad, give him a hint though.
I played like an agent.
An agent. Ooh, nobody was going to get that. What else? Was there a church involved?
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
Of course. Yeah.
Was there a brother involved?
There was a couple of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you a brother? In Brother White? Ladies and gentlemen, Brother White.
I'm always.
The one thing that I've enjoyed about our friendship is that I can call you and say, hey, we need a cool car, and could you please have it in? You had your Porsche and something.
Porsche was in. Do you guys know? Do you remember?
Set it up. Go ahead and set it up.
I had a shaved head.
Ooh, shaved head in the Porsche.
Yeah. Well,
And did you drive the Porsche?
I wasn't
Who
driving.
drove that Porsche?
Somebody was driving it like a maniac. Like, what's he doing?
I thought you were going to get rid of it after
No,
the shoot.
it's okay. It's okay.
That was a
worth
good car, though.
It was worth it for the movie.
You should have kept that car.
I should have. I never should have turned it in.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
911, right?
Yeah, it was black on black.
Black on black.
Yeah,
that was a
really,
good-looking car.
It was.
Did you buy that one new as well?
Bought that one new. I bought it off the lot.
Wow. Did you buy your Ferrari new? No.
That was.
Who buys
it was
a
like,
Ferrari
It was like
new?
it was like maybe a year and a half old.
Black on that was a cool one. Black on black too. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that one's black on black, and that one's kind of cool because it's a manual, so there's not a lot of them out there.
What other car did we put in a movie besides those two?
Those are the two that I remember. I just remember because I always been a fan of sports cars, so that's why. Yeah,
I remember. I think I told you not to get either one of those.
probably.
Probably, and in retrospect, they were great investments
For your movies.
for me.
I mean, it was amazing, and I got little like little memorabilia too, so I can kind of like reflect on these movies.
It's kind of cool in that way, right?
Uh-huh.
I do that with my children.
Well, it's kind of like my cat, my car. I don't have kids yet.
Yeah, you haven't put your cat in one of our movies
no,
yet.
that's coming.
Oh,
But
I like it. Yeah. Okay. So we're not going to go there because
All
that's
right.
a sensitive topic for us.
It's okay. It's all right.
Not because I have allergies.
No, my cat has cat got
Cat's
a
going
broken
through it.
leg.
Yeah.
So I've been just dealing with, I'm an animal person. It's just my thing, okay? I admit it. I love animals, so just having to take care of it.
Let's talk about that. One of the first memories that I remember with you is you had speaking of cars, you had a gray or a silver Corvette.
Worst car of all time.
Yeah, but it looked cool.
It was incredible looking. And again,
What year was it? Like 76?
71.
Oh.
It was a 71 convertible Corvette, and it looked amazing. And
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
And it never worked. It was.
I
never-
remember, I feel like when I first met you on that commercial that you
Was
took
that
me,
where? Oh, is that where I had it on that commercial?
you had it? And yeah,
probably.
Yeah, because then you told me about Don's class.
Yeah, I remember.
And you and then we went there. So tell the audience a little bit about how did you get to Hollywood? What you had graduated from?
Well, I graduated from Boston
with like
University
a degree.
Yeah, I
So out
graduated.
of Kevin, you and me, you were the most skilled and definitely the most trained.
Okay, I don't know, but I did
You
graduate.
didn't have a degree
Okay, yeah, I mean,
in theater arts.
yeah. So yeah, I graduated from Boston University School of Theater Arts, moved out here, and then at that point when I came out here, I didn't really enjoy acting anymore because it was not fun. I thought I was going to be in production, behind the scenes, writing, directing, and then somebody kind of told me about Don Richardson's book called Acting Without Agony: An Alternative to the Method, and I was like, how's that possible?
Who's
'Cause
Don Richardson?
Don Richardson.
These are questions that I had when I was 24 years old.
Yeah,
Because
and-
Brad told me about it after a commercial that we had done, a
Well,
brand
It was
Flakes.
for Complete Brand,
Complete brand.
and
We were military people.
yep, we were military people, and I remember looking at you, going, "This guy's like a cool, like character, fun dude." Like,
Were we across the table eating
I just remember,
Bran
yeah, we
Flakes?
were like, eating, and then when we were about to spit him out in the bowl, and and it was really gross.
Did you have you had a spit bucket?
Yeah, there's a spit bucket.
All of us had spit
All of us
buckets.
did.
I think we were on. I feel like we were on a some kind of a.
There was like a dancing bowls. They
Yeah.
had them robotically, like marching.
But like on a picnic table
Yeah,
or something.
it was a picnic table, and they had you
In
and
the
me
barracks.
and Tracy.
Tracy
and
Gold.
We were all kind of like hanging around a table. And I just remember kind of clicking with you, and you were talking to me about
Yeah,
but
probably because we were probably the only one making jokes and laughing at
Yeah.
those jokes, and nobody else.
nobody was laughing.
getting the,
Everybody was like also like
serious and-
yeah,
yeah.
jaded, And I was like, "Hey, we're on a commercial, guys. This is great."
We
This
were
is like-
new enough that
well,
we were
I was
still-
more new than
Yeah,
you.
you were. Yeah,
I was like a
exactly.
novice,
I
and
was
I'm
not
like,
even
"This is
shaded at the
awesome. We're
time.
working." And da-da-da. And they were like, "What is this dude? This guy's a freaking
You
moron."
did talk a lot,
I
yeah.
did. I talked a lot, but I think my eager,
Yeah.
perky attitude you liked. So
Yeah.
we clicked.
Also, what's interesting about that is because I don't think that I've ever have connected the fact that you didn't like acting before, right? And
Well, I loved it
now-
at one point.
No,
and-
right, but I
no.
mean in school, right?
Oh no,
It
I was
had-
going to be a doctor. I was pre-med.
right, but I mean it had you had lost the love for it, so then
Absolutely.
you moved to LA.
Yep.
And you always had a lot of energy and just high expectation about being here with like work
Well,
when you were younger, not
yeah.
now. of course.
I mean, no,
You're
I mean
jaded and
Yes, yeah.
depressed all the
But
time.
like, yeah, I mean, it was like very exciting to be in LA, and it was going to be exciting, and I was going to be. But again, like I thought acting was going to be my thing, and then I lost the love for it. Became confusing and complex, and
Yeah.
just a headache. And that's when I thought, oh well, maybe this isn't for me. So I thought I was going to be doing writing and directing. And I remember directing a play at the university thinking, I want to be up there, but it's not fun anymore. And then I moved to here. And that's when
and then you got on the commercials and
well, no,
and these
before I
other
got on the
things.
commercials, I didn't think I was going to be acting. And then I met Don Richardson. And then I studied with him, and he was
right.
the one that kind of rejuvenated my passion. He's like, you can do this. And he taught me all these great skills and made it fun again.
Yeah.
So that's when I got the agent and the headshot and met you.
Point is, though, is that we were still much more excited to be there than the others.
Yeah, I mean, they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was probably even more perky than you.
You
I mean,
were,
because
for
you've been
sure.
working longer than
I'd been
me.
working, yeah,
You
for
were
a
on
bit.
on a series, but like me, I was like,
What
hey.
year was that? 93, 94?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I don't even. I bet it was
kids.
like. I think it was. You had just finished Evening Shade. I think.
I think I'm still on it, but
Maybe
or
you were on
not.
it. I don't remember, but like.
Right around that same time, though. But did you? I remember going from that. I feel like somehow you gave me a ride.
Oh yeah,
though.
no, we were talking about like.
But
and
how did you give me a ride? Where was my car?
I think maybe your car was broken down or something.
No,
Did you
that's
have
your car that was.
But
broken
I
down.
drove. Maybe you drove me home. I think that's what
That's
it was.
what it
I think
was.
you drove because mine was broken down. You drove me home, and we were talking about.
That's
How do I
right.
remember this? You drove me to that place on Oakhurst in
Well, you
Beverly
made me
Hills
stop at
adjacent.
you made me stop at a grocery store.
Probably, yeah.
For something.
And we were
Probably
talking about
cigarettes,
Don
'cause you
Richardson.
used to smoke a
I
lot.
used to smoke a lot, yeah.
As do a lot of young actors.
Yeah. And yeah, we talked about it in the car. And I was like, you got to come to this acting class.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, you're so perky and hungry and new and excited.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, let's do this. And you were like, I think invigorated also probably by this and brought you to the
Yeah.
class. And you just like clicked. You got it. You just, it seemed like it was a good fit for you as well. And Don really enjoyed he thought you were brilliant too.
No, I love Don.
Yeah.
For those people out there who don't know who Don Richardson is, how do you explain who Don Richardson is?
Don Richardson taught. He first of all he discovered Grace Kelly and taught
Yeah.
her acting. And if you read anything about Grace Kelly,
Was he married to Grace Kelly?
he was his girlfriend and boyfriend.
They were together. Okay.
Yeah, and I think she left him for like the Prince of Monaco or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she, so after that, after I was studying, after he was teaching, what am I talking about? What's your question? I'm a little.
We're still talking about. This is early for Brad Heller, by the way,
Yeah.
right? You get up later.
I usually go to bed around 4.
Wow.
And so yeah, I usually get up about 11.
Is that because you went to med school and they taught you that going to bed really, really, really late is good for your adrenal system?
I mean,
system.
Yeah, because it's terrible for your health. Number one, I did not go to medical school.
Check.
I was pre-med.
Smoking for 20 years.
Smoking,
Check.
pre-med. Perfect, right?
What did we learn at pre-med?
I was pre-med. I was not in medical school yet. I
so
was
you hadn't
pre-med.
learned it yet.
Not yet. I was on my way at UC San Diego, but I never graduated to.
What do you think this idea of pre-med is? Like, what's the point of pre-med if you're not learning anything about medicine?
Well, it's teaching kind of like the basic sciences and also
About health?
Well, about health, and it makes you realize why you don't want to be a doctor. So that's why.
Or do those healthy ideas?
I was a black sheep in my family. I mean, my parents are health
They
fanatics.
are.
My
They're like
brothers.
your mom's a trainer, right?
She was a trainer.
Dad's a
My
doctor?
dad's a retired ophthalmologist, and my brother was a fitness trainer. I mean, it's like all health, and I was like out there smoking, watching them run. You know, so it was just stupid. But I stopped smoking. I don't smoke anymore.
Didn't we play tennis one time and you were smoking while we were playing
I
tennis?
was not, but I did tell you a story about that. I was on the court.
I feel like you were smoking when you were like.
I don't
still-
think I did that, but I would not be surprised if I
And
would
what's
have.
even more annoying is you have a great voice though from it, from the smoking.
You think it's maybe? I mean,
No, but I definitely think.
I think
it
some people get a
helps.
little, yeah, like that sort of raspy, like
Yeah.
soulful thing.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
You're a good singer, Brad.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
thank you.
And a guitarist.
Guitarist, yeah. I was a musician before I was an actor, by the way. I think you know that.
Before I was a doctor.
Before I was. And you would know that as a musician yourself. We used to do a great little band thing, like between the violin and the guitar and the
Yeah.
harmonica. It was freaking amazing.
That was fun.
In Don's class.
In Don's class, in blue suits.
In blue suits, and that went over well.
We turned that into a thing though, because we did some Charmin commercials,
you got that whole campaign.
which nobody has seen.
I think it did air a little bit.
No, they aired, but my point is like nobody has seen, like, given the fact of today, the idea that you and I were in these powder puff blue suits. Can you please tell that story about how we came up with this idea and why that it then launched itself into this massive award-winning Charmin commercials?
I mean, I think we met that commercial director, right? Like,
No, I know, but before when
we were in Don's
did it
class?
for Don's class.
oh yeah, I mean, David and I were like,
I play the violin.
he plays the violin. He's brilliant at it, by the way. And we both have always loved this movie, Dumb and Dumber. And we were like, let's do this like sketch show, like an ode to vaudeville for Don Richardson, who has directed all these television shows and sitcoms, and
With
he's
movie stars and everything else.
I mean, he directed One Day at a Time and Bonanza and Get Smart, and we were like, let's impress him.
Discovered Zero Mostel.
Yeah, Zero Mostel,
Grace
and
Kelly, like-
Spencer Tracy. He taught, and we're like, Dave White and Brad Heller go right along with that. So.
And let's add some powder puff blue suits with the top hats.
Absolutely. Let's do an ode to vaudeville for Don. So we worked weeks and weeks and weeks on this show, remember?
Yeah.
And we had this whole thing with
I was like playing bluegrass and you were playing
the guitar and the harmonica. And,
Yeah.
and we did this thing and we rehearsed it. And
Weren't
we
you
were
playing
like,
the banjo?
I
banjo.
used to play banjo too, but I think
you
in
played the
that
banjo.
thing, I think we played the guitar.
Okay.
I think I played the guitar and the harmonica.
Yeah.
And we rehearsed it. And I remember we did it at your house. And I think we even did it for your roommate one time, or I don't remember. So
Big shows. Big shows.
Big audience.
Sold out audiences.
Yes. And we brought it into Don's class, so excited and so hungry. And we were like doing it and excited. And we were jazzed. And we were like,
Because Dumb and Dumber was out at the time and
Yeah.
they had worn a powder puff blue and a pink. They're pink. They're
Yeah,
showing
they
it
were-
right now. By the way, guys, if you want some context to what we're talking about, please watch the Spotify or the YouTube, because you'll see this and even where it goes into, the visuals of it.
we did this sort of ode to, because Don used to go to Coney Island and he used to talk about these shows and stuff.
Like vaudeville.
Vaudeville. So you and I thought we were going to really impress him. And
Yeah.
I think we even had patent white shoes.
Oh, we had the
and
entire
bow ties.
Yeah,
and
I don't even. Where did
fluffy
we get
shoes
these things?
At a
Did
tuck
we go to
shop.
Goodwill?
We went to a tuck shop.
And said, "Give us the most bizarre,
I mean-
Dumb and Dumber." Basically, it's 1970s
Yeah, just
tuxedos.
and they were really ugly.
Which is amazing, though, that we were able to get two of them that fit us.
I mean, did they match? I think they were both powder blue.
powder puff blue. Yeah, no, that was the weird thing. Well, a lot of it is weird, but the funny thing too is I think it's like when you think about young actors, right, in youth, because we were both in our early 20s, this idea that we were just dreamers. We hadn't been jaded by the thing of life yet, so to speak, in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And part of the entertainment industry is also about being creative and coming up with things. I mean, you are an unbelievable instructor to all kinds of movie stars and TV stars these days.
Thank you.
It's true, though.
Thanks, man.
But keep going. So we're on
Okay,
Don's,
so anyway,
Don's
we were in
class.
Don Richardson's class,
Yeah.
and that's on that.
must
I
have
mean,
loved it,
one of the
right?
things I always liked about you was your passion to be the greatest actor you could be. Like, I loved that. It was infectious. Like, we both connected on the artistic merit of being an actor.
Yeah.
So we were
The purity of it.
the purity of it, and wanting to hone and shape and be brilliant at a particular craft. Like, it was so passionate. Like, so we connected on that, and so we brought it in thinking Don was going to love it
For the whole class.
For the whole class, everybody
Yeah.
was there, and we were like jazzed. I was so excited. And do you remember what he said when we were done? Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were done and done and done. And we were like all excited. And we looked
Yeah.
at Don and we're like, what do you
Finish with the
and
bow
big
and,
climax.
the
I think you
music.
even did this thing with your bow where you held it
Yeah.
up like
No,
this.
totally.
And
Yeah.
we look at
Little
Don.
Zorro action.
Zorro thing. And I would look at Don and Don says,
Can you take those suits back?
it was just like crickets. I mean, the student.
This guy who was like 70, what was he, 80
I mean,
years old or 70?
He passed
in his
away at
70s?
78, so he must have been like
70.
74,
Yeah,
75, something.
yeah.
And he would just lean on, can you return those blue suits? Can you take
Can
those
you
blue
take
suits
those blue
back?
suits back?
Something like that. And that was the first thing he said.
And we're like, what? No, of course not. We bought them.
We're just like,
We're jazzed.
just crushed.
He thought it was pretty bad.
Because it was all about gags. He was trying
Yeah.
to make us understand it's about heart, and connecting to the viewer. And we were just doing shtick and gags and making it be funny.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. And so we learned a good lesson. Tough love.
And then we went on to perform it. Time and time again.
Yes,
until
but we
somebody,
did get the Charmaine. Charmin.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I think we performed it for your grandmother's 90th birthday.
How do you remember that? Yeah, we went
We
to my
performed.
yeah,
We
it was my
performed a few
grandparents.
other times afterwards because we're like,
Absolutely.
well, Don, what does he know? Who cares? He directed 800 shows, 800 television shows in his lifetime, and discovered all these people. Clearly, he has no taste.
Yeah, but I remember we did that show for my grandparents. It was like one of their 80th or 90th birthdays or something. It was
Again,
awesome.
though, I mean, I feel like there's something to the blind leading the blind.
Yes,
but
exactly.
The blind ambition and dreams, right? Because we didn't stop. And if we had just let it crush us, which it could have.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was very embarrassing, actually.
Totally.
It was super embarrassing.
Yeah.
And instead, we used it and showed the director, who was doing a ton of big
commercials.
at the time. How did we meet that guy? Did you know
I met him, and I brought you in.
Yeah.
And we went.
How did we
and
meet him, though?
I met him on something. I don't remember how I met him, but I knew him, and I was like, I brought you there,
Yeah.
and we met him and clicked. And then,
And for whatever reason, he liked this idea. We showed him what we had, and he's like, "Oh, I love it. You guys are going to be the Whipple,
the new Whipple brothers, or
Whipple
sons,
brothers,
the sons of Mr. Whipple.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's funny when you think about it. And then the next thing you know is that we're on set with Mr. Whipple.
Yes.
With
Don't,
these-
remember Mr. Whipple? Don't squeeze the
Yeah,
Charmin.
don't
that
squeeze
guy.
the charmer. Yeah, that guy. Like, you know,
Crazy.
those were big. Those were big commercials.
Big. Yeah. They
And
were
the
huge.
fact that we were the Whipple brothers.
Yeah. I mean, it was just so
In
stupid.
these blue suits.
It was great.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it would bounce up and down. And remember, up, down, up, down, up, down.
We took the shtick into it.
Oh, yeah. It was great.
The one thing that's fun about the we have a lot of great guests on this podcast, but I think I don't get to do this very often, is have my close pals on and just hang out, and hopefully the audience, because the lesson in acting, right, is don't enjoy the if you go up on stage. I actually know what I'm saying, but
I'm sure you do.
I'm expecting you to fill it in, but I'll go
You
without
mean-
it.
What do you mean? Don't fall in love with the moment or something? I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, basically, they say, when you go up on stage, don't enjoy your own performance
Oh, yeah.
more than
than the audience.
Than the audience,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. What do you say? Don used to say, because they're the ones paying for the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but this is an enjoyment for me to have you here, pal.
Well, it's a privilege being here. It is. It's a privilege being
Thank
here.
you so much for watching, and we'll be right back. I'm just kidding.
Good seeing you. Are we taking a break?
No,
Oh, I didn't know.
just thought you'd fill in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just been fun to also kind of follow.
So what happens after we were the Whipple brothers? Where do we go from there? Did we buy? When did we buy? When did we get together and say,
Buy a building?
yeah?
I don't remember. I mean, we became.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
So Brad comes to me with this. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, tell
What do
me.
you mean you don't remember?
No, I remember talking to you about buying a building.
Yeah.
Buying a place.
Well, that was the thing. I have to say thank you to that, because it was in the late 90s, and you said, or we're, in our late 20s at this time, and you say, hey, why don't we just buy a building or a house and be
Instead of
roommates?
renting.
Or
Yeah.
the idea of that. And I had never actually ever had the thought about buying something, because A, I had no money. B, I didn't have any parents that would back me and give me money.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, how in the world am I going to accomplish this? And you're like, we'll just go buy a building. Yeah.
Again, naivete.
In Hollywood Hills.
Yeah,
How hard is that?
Yeah, no brainer, right?
Right under the Hollywood sign next to Ned Beatty.
Yes.
And Johnny Knoxville will be our neighbor. It's easy.
Easy, no problem.
Those were lean years for me. I wasn't working a ton either. I mean, we were in between commercials and TV guest spots, but at that point in time, I think it was a lull for my financial.
You never would have known. I mean, you seem to be doing pretty good on the outside, at least.
No, I mean, I think I was driving a crap car. Just,
You had the cool muscle Mustang,
No, that's true. We've been seeing these 501s.
the 5.0.
5.0. Thank you. Brad's always correcting.
I'm a car guy.
Yeah,
That's all.
5.0.
5.0.
5.0. I've been seeing these red because my daughter is up in Simi Valley going to school, and I've been seeing these these 5.0s,
yeah,
quite a lot.
Like the old
lately.
ones?
The ones I own.
Yeah, I mean they're probably classics.
Yeah,
at this
I guess
point.
that. Yeah,
I'm sure they are.
it's been a funny.
I would imagine they're worth more than ever at this point.
Well, they're pretty cool looking. Vanilla Ice had one,
Oh.
and then I felt like Dave White needed one.
Of course.
Except his was white, I think. Mine was red.
I remember the red one. Yeah. So you had that car, and you
No.
said, yeah, with the Glen Oak. Go ahead.
But you say, hey, let's go buy a building. So how do we accomplish this? Do you remember the first building that we were trying to close on?
That one. It was beautiful. It really was. This is so the difference between him and I. Like I am impulsive, random, not practical. I saw this building. It was a duplex,
It was gorgeous.
It was
though.
gorgeous, right by
It
the
was
Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, and it was like just epic looking up.
It looked like a castle,
Yeah.
and it had this freaking balcony
It was like
overlooking everything. And then, what were you? Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we were like, I was in love with it,
Yeah.
and we were looking at the. We brought.
Well, we had the
inspector.
people, the inspectors come through, right? And then the inspector tells us all this stuff, and then he goes, "Well, look at the building." And so we look up.
No, look at the poles.
Yeah, look at
and
the
foundation.
The foundation of it, and literally the building's like this.
And I'm like, don't worry about it, dude. We can fix
Why
it.
can't we just straighten the
We
building
can get
out?
it done. He's like, no, we are.
Do you know why this building's so inexpensive that you can actually afford?
Got it. Was,
Yeah.
so beautiful.
But thank
though.
God we didn't buy that house.
Didn't you kept me from
Yeah,
buying
I did
that,
not
man.
let you do that.
Very smart.
I had a few things that
Yeah,
my
that was
parents
a
had
win
taught
on
me
your
about
part.
that. But the next thing is we find this place in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, on Beechwood, off of Beechwood.
Right off of Beechwood. That is a triplex for
Yep.
$300,000.
Isn't that crazy?
$300,000 for a triplex in the Hollywood Hills
Yeah,
at that time.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And that one was not, and the foundation was really
It
good.
was
in that.
solid.
Like,
It's still solid as
It's
a
still
rock.
solid as a rock.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
amazing.
these years later, it's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, it's solid, 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 solid. And you were like, it was a triplex.
Yeah.
And you lived downstairs. I lived upstairs. And you're like,
I need a bigger place.
I need a bigger
I
place.
should knock that wall down and
Right.
make it a duplex.
That's right. And then you did, and it was awesome. Like you made this big old pad down there, and
I remember
So-
Michael Baker, my buddy from high school, actually.
he's the one who did the construction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he was in construction and in town to help build me a giant
Partition,
partition,
like a little hole in the
bathroom,
hole.
like the whole thing, which was difficult. What do you remember, though, most about those young Hollywood years? Like, is it different today for young people than it was back then?
I mean, I think certainly, like at least today, like the whole advent of online and self tapes, like the whole experience, what we have to do before, like driving, like we would get calls on a Friday at 5 p.m. in Santa Monica from like you know the Valley. It's like a 2-hour drive for a commercial audition, and that was just like the
And
standard.
we would get in a car and just go.
Do it.
Yeah.
And it was a half a day or 3/4 of a day for an audition, whereas now it's just video it and send it in. So that's a big difference, I think.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Do you remind your students sometimes of this? Like, do you go, let me tell you about the old days when I walked uphill both ways?
I mean, I think one of the things I do talk about, not necessarily that, but like, with online and Zoom, it's the industry seems to have maybe changed a little bit. Like for me, at least, like how much more important it is to be on camera. In my classes, like I think the camera in Zoom is right up to their face, and so whereas in my theater before it was like they were up on a stage, it was a whole different thing. Like you'd be dealing with blocking and all this other stuff which you don't deal with in auditions at all. It's just like up to here, and that's it. And you got to like grab the casting director immediately just with that. And so I think the training that way has been really advantageous for my school, at least.
Do you feel like it all, the days of old of theater is gone? Like there's no purpose in it then?
No, I think there's a purpose. I think that's very hard to make a living. I don't think people can make a very good living unless it's very rare that you can make money at theater. But I think it's been that way for a long time. I think just, as you get older, you're just sort of like your priorities change. And we did theater. We did that whole game for decades. And so finally you're like, I want food. You know, I want to eat, like, and not be in debt all the time. So that's why you
Yeah.
kind of gravitate more.
Yeah, we did True West. What did we do? We did The Odd
True
Couple.
West, we did True West and The Odd Couple. I remember True West we did, and we were written up in USA Today as formidable team of White and Heller, or maybe
like
it was
that.
Heller and White. I think it was White and Heller. I think you've got top billing.
That's,
So yeah,
I think it
but-
had more what to do with the
team.
characters we were playing.
Yeah, we were playing these
Yeah.
great characters, and it was a great write up. And we did The Odd Couple, and then we did.
I talked to Gary Sinise about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he have to say?
Well,
about
because
it?
he
Yeah,
was famous
he
for
on
doing
Broadway,
True
right?
West. Yeah. I think he did True West with Malkovich, didn't he?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
if we go
genius.
back to the episode with Gary, we could find that out. But
Did you say, were you written up as formidable, Mr. Sinise?
exactly. Were you and Mr. Malkovich written up as a formidable? I didn't want to say it on his podcast,
Probably not a
or
good
on his episode,
Yeah.
but I was thinking it.
Yeah, so that was, but then we moved into 77 Fever, which was also really a lot of fun at the Improv.
At the Improv, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you think, like, are the 20-somethings doing theater like we did today
Not in my experience.
in your classes?
No,
So they're like,
no, I mean,
you're
nobody.
like, you should go off and do this.
No,
Produce
I
your
don't-
own plays.
I mean, it's very unusual that I hear of anybody doing an audition for a play. At least in my experience of dealing with students, like it's not the thing anymore. It's all about produce a webisode, do something for Instagram, do something for TikTok.
Yeah.
I've been hearing also like what about how at like William Morris or CAA, they have like these. I don't know if you know this already, but they have people who just literally sit in a room and all they do is watch YouTube, TikTok, Instagram all day looking for their next star. And that's all they do. And so that's how people are getting discovered now, rather than just sort of being like the old days where they would just, they would buy you out for like a studio deal. This is what they're doing instead. So it's a whole different medium, different.
yeah, that's weird.
Remember the Complex where we would do plays like there and all that stuff?
Hudson?
Like the Hudson Theater? Yeah, like that was a whole different thing. Like, let's do a show, let's do a play, and we'll get the casting directors. They're not going to come to your play anymore. Like, very rare occasion, if at all, right?
How did you get into having an acting studio?
Well, it all started because Don Richardson passed away. And I was really worried about losing his technique, quite frankly. And I was like, well, I got to keep this fresh because it changed my life. And so, yeah, I just started teaching it in my living room. And then it just kind of blossomed into, and then when he passed
Part
away.
of Don's thing, when you think back, just before we get into this class, obviously Tiny Ron was 7 foot.
7 foot.
7 foot.
7 foot. He always went by Tiny Ron 7 foot, I think was on his card.
Yeah. But we had the fortune of having him in a couple of our movies, from Six to Dancer and a Dame to
That's probably one of his final movies, Dancer, right? He was in Hitting the Brakes too, wasn't he?
and Hitting the Brakes. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was fun to have him in there, but obviously there was other people in that class. When Don passed, did you feel like the class kind of was dismantled at that point?
I'm sure.
Or
I mean,
were you like, I'm going to hold this together, or because you ended up going to UCLA? To
Yeah, I
teach
mean,
first.
because that's where I studied with him first, at his class in their Department of Entertainment Studies, and then he brought me into his master's class, and then I was there. That's where you went straight into that, and then after he passed away, I was able to start teaching his technique at that same UCLA Department of Entertainment Studies. So that's kind of how it started.
Are you still teaching at UCLA, or when did that end?
No, that ended I taught there for probably 4 or 5 years, and then I just did my own school. So,
Yeah.
but it was it was great while it lasted. It was very cool, but it was a good journey.
Yeah, the fact
it's
that
a good credit, So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the fact that you were teaching at UCLA is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was kinda cool.
From your big blue suits to professor at UCLA.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it was a great experience. It
Did
really
you
was.
so you take over you build your, I mean, I remember the inception of your building your school. Did you have a dream behind that, like, oh, it would turn into what you have today?
No. I literally was just, I'm passionate to act. I don't want to lose the craft. I seem to be pretty good at teaching, and I love acting. It's a good it's a win-win. How can I lose? So it was literally just kind of like they fed each other, and it just, I mean, I think people seem to think I was pretty good at it. So it just sort of blossomed,
you are,
into
clearly.
this, it seemed to blossom. Thank you. It seemed to blossom into this thing. And so, it's been open since 1998. Isn't that crazy?
Amazing.
Like almost 30
Has
years.
your website, where do people go to find out about you?
You just go to thehellerapproach.com, and you'll bring you to our website, or if you go to our YouTube channel, just put the Heller Approach and you subscribe, or Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. So,
and of course, we're showing it here on Spotify and YouTube,
of course,
as well. You can take a look at some of Brad's school and his university.
And you're on my website too.
And
you're a
wow,
featured person. So,
But you've had a lot of, from Jeffrey Dean Morgan to a lot of other people along the way. How do you navigate between, like, do you have new people as well, or do you just discriminate and say only you have to have starred in a movie to be able to come over here to the Heller Approach?
No, of course not. No, we teach all levels. We teach people who have been acting for 60 years, and teach people who have been never acting before.
I think the interesting thing, though, what you did is pretty brilliant. I mean, you've always been a really smart businessman.
Thank you.
Terrible house buyer.
Oh yeah.
But no, but I mean, you were always wise in that way. That you really were the leader in Skype.
Oh yeah.
Like back in the day, before any other acting teachers were doing Zoom, so to speak.
I have to thank Nicole Robinson, who was on the West Wing.
Yeah.
She
was also in her class.
In our class, and she had me coach her. And she moved to New York, and she was the one who said, like, Brad, like, I'm in New York, just teach me on Skype. And flippantly said that. And I was like, what? And I don't know of anybody else who was doing it at that time. So
all of a sudden, then you started teaching sheiks in, like, Saudi Arabia and all kinds of bizarre people from all over the country. And
this
is
the world.
I'm sorry,
globally
but this is way before anybody was doing Zooms. I mean, right? Because it was Skype.
Oh no, this was well before COVID and Skype. Skype was like ancient.
It's like what 2000 in the 2000s.
I mean, yeah,
it
was like when the West Wing was on. Like that's when I was. I don't even remember.
2006. Well,
it was a long time ago.
We need to just watch our own show, and we'll know exactly because it's on Spotify and YouTube right now.
But yeah, it was like one of the.
That's what's so amazing. So then when COVID hit. Like you were already.
I was already established, and it was but it was interesting because I was only doing private lessons at that point on Skype, and so because of COVID, I had to move all of my group classes onto Zoom.
Yeah,
and it was a great thing in the sense that I had all.
I don't have rent for the theater anymore.
I don't have to rent for the theater anymore, and I have all these new people who are like wanting to study because of COVID. They can't. Yeah. The disadvantage, of course, is that everybody now started feeling the need to go to Zoom.
Yeah.
And so the competition is completely different now compared to where it was before. I mean, fortunately, I think I have a nice foundation already built, but there was no competition before.
You had to be one of the highest paid acting teachers and or coaches in the world.
I don't know about that.
In the world, yeah. I would say I think you probably hold that. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, you can't ever be taught by Brad Heller.
No, you can't. We try our best to.
Work with people. You balance it out and you work it out, and you have an amazing team that helps you in that. But yeah, I just remember going, amazing. It's just, again, from a business perspective.
You're like, this guy's an acting teacher and an actor, and he's driving a Ferrari? Like, how's he doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how's he doing that? So, yeah, but we were doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I can't complain. Yeah. I'm very blessed.
No, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also, I feel like you have a really good sense, which is why these TV stars and these movie stars come to you, is because you have a really good sense of the whole. You went to school for it, so you studied all of the different techniques from Uta Hagen to Strasberg to Stanislavski, and then you have Don's.
Yep.
And then out of that, this is when what's interesting is because a lot of people always ask me, "Hey, what technique am I supposed to be using? What have you found?" And I think you are doing it now. Basically, my answer. So I'll let you talk about it.
Well, no, I think Don Richardson gave me a wonderful foundation. He did. I give him all the kudos and the blessings. But I do also, I did implement some other additional tools, like from, some of Meisner's stuff too, when it comes to like being in the present and bringing more of a personal, self to your roles. And so kind of melding those two things with my own special sauce, if you will. But like, I think it was kind of a combination of all those things. I also have to think that some of my students like the fact that I work as well as an actor.
Well, you're on The Chosen right now.
I'm on
too.
The Chosen, yeah, season 5 and 6. So,
do you wear this on The Chosen, or
yeah,
do
they
you,
thought it was a little weird. They were like, the Doors, really, like, and the sunglasses.
do they wear ball caps on The Chosen
I don't.
now?
Yeah,
Is that a thing?
but that was that was a great experience. I have to say, Dallas is freaking amazing.
Dallas is amazing. He's
Yeah,
also
been
on the
your,
podcast.
He's been on your podcast.
Yeah,
too.
that's a great episode actually too. If you haven't
amazingly
seen it,
kind.
I feel like that's the same answer. It's in better stated by you, of course. But you take all the things that you've learned along the way, and we're fortunate because we were from the theater. We did study a ton of different techniques along the way, because that was what I did. I felt kind of like, oh my gosh, I didn't go to school, so now I need to go to school on all these techniques. So when you said, hey, Don Richardson, it wasn't because I was like, oh, brilliant. It was more about, great, I've already studied Ugin, Udahagen, Meisner. I'll take it, and I'll figure it out. And I'm grateful, and I didn't really know it at the time. I was actually seeking for the right answer, but the right answer is you take your training and then you
make it yourself.
Make it
your
yourself.
own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody's different.
Absolutely. You have to kind of find your own. But I think that where I got into trouble was when I didn't know what I was doing, and people were saying, just do your own thing.
Well,
Whatever works for you. I'm like, well, I don't know what works for me. I need some
Yeah.
guidance. Don Richardson gave me some amazing foundational tools. He also taught me so much about sitcoms and punchlines and timing,
100%.
styles. I mean, he taught me so much. I just loved that as a foundational thing. I just also feel like what I also brought to it was bringing myself to the roles, being connected, reacting, all that kind of stuff was something that I've been focusing so much also on in the school.
Yeah.
So it just connecting. So yeah, that's a big part of the school too.
Well, Brad Heller, our time is running out
Is it
here.
already that time? Wow, it went
know.
fast,
I
quickly.
know.
But I have to say, one of the things that I've always been inspired by you, if I can just turn this around for a second. Thank you for coming to the Heller podcast. You've just been so inspiring. Like that's one thing I would say about LA, and what you've managed to do is just like create this indestructible force of like knocking down walls, and you cease to amaze me how you're able to continue to trudge forward over and over and over again and make your way. And it's always been inspiring to me to watch this happen, because I've known you for so long and watched you do this, and it's just like he's still going. He's like that battery that just what is it, like, knock me off a Clint Eastwood. It's just like unbelievable. So hats off to you, because it keeps me going sometimes to watch you do what you do.
Thanks,
and
Brian.
I'm very thankful that you put me in your projects, but like it's also like fascinating and inspiring to be around you to do this. So
Thanks, buddy.
good job on your end.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, by God's grace, yeah.
I don't know how you do
Thankful
it.
and
Like,
grateful.
that's such a feat. Like, one of the things I try to teach my students is like, no matter what you're feeling, don't, try your best to not have it impact your functioning as much as possible. And that's like you. Like
Yeah.
you're like this shark's fin going through the ocean. No matter what you're hit with in the wave, you just keep moving forward. It doesn't matter, It's really, like I said, it's very inspiring.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a privilege to be on this path with you.
Likewise, and I think that's the thing. If you, when talking to younger actors and or people who come into this world, because it doesn't end up, meaning the world of Hollywood. Now you don't even have to move here.
No.
Now you can have a career in South Carolina, or
Yeah.
Michigan, or
Atlanta.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think producing your own stuff is another big thing, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are making their own stuff. That's another great vehicle for people now with YouTube.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting times, and you got to flow with the times, and also pursue your passion. Whatever that passion is, pursue that passion, and don't stop.
And you always were like a passionate person about producing materials too. I remember that when we did. Was it End of the Harvest? Was that the one?
That was our first. That was my first.
That was your
one,
first producing one. I remember that.
Yeah.
To this day, I remember.
These are the end days of the end of the harvest.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, Brad, thanks again for coming back.
Of course, Dave. Thank
if you guys didn't see the other episode with Brad Heller, it's actually really fun.
No, with Kevin.
That was with Kevin.
Yeah.
But
I love being on here.
You're welcome all the time. Please come on out.
All right.
How about it?
Love you.
Love you too, buddy.
All right.
God bless you guys. We will talk to you next time. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you were amused. And have a new reinvigoration to stack up on Mr. Whipple's photo.